Rightio, let's get into it. This is the fun part, the crafting. This is why we do class in a box. We're going to start super simple, okay? So, I've given you some A5 white. I'm going to start with white. I've got a quarter here, so it's 10.5 centimetres by 14.9. I'm just going to start with a quarter and we're going to keep it really simple, just to warm into the idea of masks. Now, when you're masking, you don't want this to move, nor do you want your mask to move. So I put the smallest amount of glue, like, can you see how small that is, on the back of my little quarter here, and I glue it straight down onto my pad that I'm working on. So just put that there. Then you're going to need either some washi tape, some removable tape, a weight. I'm just looking for my washi tape, which I've put somewhere important. And then we're going to hold down our mask. Now I'm going to use mask number 2. So find yourself mask number 2, and then I want you to see, I'm going to bring the camera down really close, and then we're going to hook that up again. In the bottom corner, you can see the, you can see this corner here. What I like to do is I bring the mask down so that I can actually see a bit of my mat underneath. Okay, because we're going to be doing the bottom corner of the bar. So you can actually, if you put it up here, you're going to be left with a white border, and we don't want that. So you want to bring that mask right down and just off the edge of your cardstock. And then we're going to adhere that down. So I'm just going to get my washi tape, which I thought was here. Yes, it is. So this is my washi. I just use it because it's easy. And then I'm going to make sure that's nice and straight where I want it. And I'm going to put my washi tape up in this corner here. And it's on the card, it's on the mask, and it's on the pad underneath, which I will show you. So my piece of washi is on the mask, on the card, and on the pad. So it's not going anywhere. So now we'll lift you back up again now that you've seen that part. Alright, so because you have all 40 colours of the Stampin' Up! Family collection, you can pick any colour in your collection, okay, any colour at all. You've got 40 to choose from, so find an ink pad that matches one of the brights, the subtles, the regals, or the neutrals. Now I'm going to go for a green, so I'm thinking I might go something like a shaded spruce. I'm going to go a bit green. So open up your ink pad. As I said, it is great if you happen to have a blending brush. If you don't, you can still use your dauber or your sponge. But for this purpose, I'm going to use my brush. Now, if you do have these brushes and you struggle with them, here's some wee tips to go along the way. So I'm going to work in this bottom corner here. So I'll just move that camera around. So we tap our, just tap it into our ink pad. Now you want to start off the page, because if you start on here directly, you end up with little scratchy brush marks, and if you don't want that, so start off the page and you're going to work, and you're going to put quite a bit of pressure on the end of the brush. You're going to work in little circles, nice tight little circles, and it's all about layering more and more colour down. So I like to work round and round in circles, and I just sort of start out dark and then I head up to get lighter. Now we're only going to be working in this bottom right hand corner. So I'll just bring my ink pad back, I'm going to tap it in there again, I'm going to start off the page and bring that darker colour into that corner again. And then as it lightens up, I head halfway up the card, just dragging some of that colour through there, nice and light. Just a little hint of colour as I go up. But I still want to add some more darker colour down here, so I'm going to ink that brush up again and just really rub it in. So if you make sure your mask and your piece of paper, you know, having your tape, it won't move, okay? So really get that colour in there. Work in nice tight circles, left and right, because you want to make sure the ink gets into all the little grooves, like so. And that's how simple step 1 is. So like I said, we're going to start simple and then we're going to ramp it up towards the end. So now you can lift up your mask and gently lift it where the washi tape is. And you can see we have this beautiful ombre effect of the pattern going up. So to make a very simple card, what we do next is we find an image, and it can be anything in your stash. I'm actually going to be using changing leaves, but you can use anything. A flower, a car, dinosaur, whatever you've got, that's what I want you to use. I hope you all have a good Memento ink or some sort of black archival ink or a black permanent ink. So grab your black ink, and I like to, when it's a big stamp like this, I push the ink pad down onto the stamp. Rather than trying to do this, I do it this way. This is much easier this way. And that way you can see that you have covered the whole stamp in the ink. Alright, if you have any questions along the way, do feel free to ask. These videos, as I said, will stay up for a lifetime. You can come back to them over and over. Then when they are left up, at the moment it's live in the corner, but once that live is gone, you'll be able to fast forward all the boring bits. Okay, so there we go. We've got to make sure we've got plenty of beautiful black ink on our image. We're going to turn that over, and we're simply going to stamp that in our bottom corner. Applying a little bit of pressure on the back of our stamp, like so, and lifting it up. Doesn't that just poof, looks amazing. So to turn this into a card, we need a card base. So this is where you can bring in your colours and you can go through your packs. Now I know that Shaded Spruce is a Regal, or is it a Bright? I think it's a Regal. Pretty sure it is. I don't know them all off by heart, but I do know most of them. There it is. There is our Shaded Spruce. So I'm going to bring out my Shaded Spruce. Here he is. Like so. That's definitely him. And then I'm just going to fold this card, because it's already cut to card base size. So all you have to do is fold it in half. And then use your bone folder to give it a good crisp edge. If you don't have a bone folder, just use your finger. Like that. So there is our card base. Nice and simple. Okay, and then we'll bring that over here. And now what I'm going to do is just lift that off. So remember we had that little bit of glue? So we're going to lift that off. And now, I mean, you can get scissors or whatever, but I just rip it. I'm just going to rip it along that stamped edge and down to the corner here. I'm just going to rip it like so. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue that into the corner. So this is keeping it simple. Very simple. Okay, pop that in the corner like so. Right, and using my free set that you've got, this one here, your seagull set, I'm actually going to use Hey Friend, because I just want to send a nice card to a friend. I can use this. I'm just going to grab a block for that Hey Friend. Ink that up with my black. If you cannot stamp straight, go on an angle on purpose. But I'm going to give it a go and try and stamp straight in the top corner here. Hey, that's not bad. I give that a 10 out of 10. So that is how quick and easy using the mask can make a super quick card. So I'll just show you another one that I made earlier using... this time I used Real Red, but I stuck with a white base as well, and then I just stamped a little black image there, and I actually cut out the sentiment and popped it up on some dimensionals. So that is how simple you can start with your masks. Doesn't have to be extravagant. We're going to get there in the end, but starting off nice and simple. So have a go at this one. Post a picture of yours in the comment section. Share the love with everybody to inspire everyone. And even tell us the colours that you use would be great. Okay, so that's tutorial 1 done.